Hello and welcome to my channel. So I wanted to show a bit about Datacamp because I've really liked using this site in the past. So our first goal with this program is to run the code and understand the error. So the error is on this print statement. Something is an integer but actually needs to be a string. So we have savings as an integer, and what this is explaining is you use the string function. So let's try string. Then we go to the end of the word, run the code, and now we have a float that needs to be a string, which I assume would be result. So we're gonna do the same with the parentheses and run the code, no error. We get our string value. Maybe we'll fix this in the next one. Submit. Did not work. Oh, it's using this as a string. It's put it in quotes. So we are meant to pi string. Now we're meant to save this as pi float. Now if we run and we submit, then we finish. Okay. So I'm curious what happens if we do true plus false. So I'm gonna try it in here, see what happens. You're, I guess, adding 0 plus 1. I guess it's converting it to the Boolean value, or the binary value. Or I guess a Boolean to an integer makes false be a 0 and true be a 1. So if we did true plus true, we get 2. Okay, so true is 1 and false is 0, if they're integers. Now I see this first choice and I say that would work. I'm not going to test it out, but I believe it would work. The second choice, I was unsure what would happen. Third choice says that the second choice is incorrect, is the one that will throw an error. But to me, it looks like this 2 is going to throw an error. So I'm going to shorten that because I'm not going to type the entire thing out. But I want to see, because I would expect that throws an error. Yeah. Now, I want to see what happens on the second choice. I said A plus A. So it does work. You're adding in the parentheses A times 2 is just hey, hey, and then there's hey, the third one. So the one that throws an error is that one. So it looks like on this one, we are meant to create a list of areas. So I'm going to say areas and open brackets because that's what this has. And if I just type these in, all kit, live, bed, bath. What happens when I print areas? if I run this, is that what this is asking for? Yes, alright, nice. Continue. So what they want in this one seems to be that I put in here a string called haul. I'll put a string called bathroom, and here a string called kitchen. So now if I do print areas, we should at least have an idea of what room the area is. An area of, and I forgot to do the bedroom, which is why you run these before you submit. Run. Looks good. Submit. Nope. It had bathroom in here once. Is that what is going on? Oh, it should say hallway. And that is why you read before you try to finish a project. Perfect. Okay, so what they're asking is which of these are valid. So A is just a list. The list, it doesn't matter what type it is, which also means that if you have the same type, they're all integers. It doesn't matter what order they're in. They're in the order that you need them to be in. I assume. I don't remember Python lists if they're indexed. I don't know. So I'm not gonna keep talking. I'm not explaining that right. A list can contain a list. So here you have a list which has two items, and those items are each a list. And each of those lists contain integers. So that's fine. Now, what you have here, this list, the first one, can you do math in a list? 1 plus 2. And let's see what happens. It's a list of 3, so the math is being performed. The last item is just an integer, so that works. But for this middle item, what we have is a string times an integer, which doesn't work, right? Oh, it does work. So that item in that list, A times 5, close the list. So they're all valid ways. A, B, and C. They're all 3 valid ways. Okay, continue. That's good. That's just to show that there are a lot of ways you can write a list in Python. It's a very versatile thing, object. Okay, so what they've done is a list of a list. We are going to create 2 more items. I'm going to do this my way. The bathroom, comma, bath is the variable. Oops. Then we're gonna insert the bedroom into a list. Bedroom, bed. Now, oh wow, we have more steps after that. Print house. And it wants us to print type of house. House, I'm gonna assume it's going to say list, but let's see. No, I did it wrong. Oh, I forgot to put commas. Dude. Put commas. Run your code. Okay, list. The type of house is a list. And we got our house printed out, so let's submit and see if it is right. Okay, I'm gonna say got it. And we should have time to do a few more. So what I'm seeing in here, lists in Python are indexed. The first would be 0, 1, 2, 3. And then you can use negative, so if that's -3, that's -2, that's -1. The last element I can do -1, and I don't have to know how many items there are in the list. The second element I can always do 1. And then the area of the living room, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Item 5. Run code. Now I'm gonna say for the area of the living room, it would be nice to do this a little different. If you're actually writing a program, this is not the way that I would want to do it, but it depends on how I could set it up with the program. Alright, let's go. So what it wants us to do first is create a variable called eat sleep area and set it equal to the area of the kitchen. That's my index, plus the area of the bedroom. So now I need to find the kitchen is the 4th item, and the bedroom 4, 6 is at 8. And then we just need to print out eat sleep area, run the code. We have an error. Oh, it's not 3 and 8. 4, so this would be 7. Alright, we have an answer, and it is correct. Alright, so we are going to create 2 lists. This is called downstairs. And then this one is called upstairs. And I can set this up downstairs plus upstairs. I'm not sure about line 11 if that's right. I want to focus on 5 and 8. So list slicing, we're going to do areas, and we're putting our curly brace, brackets. We're putting our brackets, and the same thing here, areas, brackets. The first index is included, so for downstairs we're starting at 0. And colon, and the last index is not included, so 6 items. Starting at 0, our last would be 6. And then for the last 4 items, I'm going to see if I can wrap around. So I want to use negative indices. We'll end at 0 because our last item is not included. And if we're starting with negative, we're displaying the last 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see what happens. Definitely something is not right. So we are displaying the first 4, or first 6. So should I close this and have a new line that says print? Is that what I should be doing? Upstairs is not working at all. And I assume that's because I started at 0. So I'm gonna go back to put in a plus because I still think that might work. And what is wrong is this. If I do -1, I'll only have 3 items displayed. Yeah, it ends at bathroom. It doesn't have the 9.5. Oh, hang on. So what if I do just a colon? I'm not sure that that's what they wanted. No. They're saying their problem is that I didn't print out downstairs. So I'm gonna try going back to my split print. And see if they like that better. Oh, okay, so that's exactly what they wanted. Because the end is not put into upstairs, because this 6th element, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not put into the list. So the only way I could get the last item from the list displayed, since it doesn't use wraparound, was to just leave out the end completely. They're saying that now we're gonna start leaving some out. So I actually want to go back to the previous exercise and see what it was I was supposed to do. Oh, hang on. So do 6 to 10. 6 colon 10. Now we know it's 6 because it should start, since index 6 is not displayed in downstairs, it should be the first one in upstairs. 6, 7, 8, 9. So what we're doing is putting an extra index on here instead of trying to use wraparound, because with negative indices, there's not another number I could use. Alright, that works. Submit, and let's move on to the next question. So now we're going to start leaving out the start and or end and see what we get. So we're now going to create downstairs. So I'm going to start at the beginning and go to 6. And I'm going to start at the 4th item and go to the end. And see if that is not what they wanted. Oh, downstairs. Spelled it wrong. Done. Alright, I'm gonna stop here because it's been a while. And I actually don't know how long it's been. So I'm gonna stop here. And I'm gonna come back sometime later, because I still want to see how far I can get in Intro to Python before I move on to other courses that would be more data science related. So, let me know what you thought of this video by using the thumbs up or thumbs down, or putting comments, and have fun with your projects, and I'll see you later.